When you look down at the guitar fretboard, do you see where all the notes are? Or do you just see your frets as numbers? Knowing where the notes are on the guitar is very, very important because it's the foundation of musical theory. We can divide these notes into scales, we can build chords off them, and from a practical end, it lets us know where to start our chords from, where to start our scales from if we want to play into a certain key, and later on helps us identify target tones if we're playing through arpeggios. So with my 11 years of teaching experience, I'm going to show you the easiest way I know how to learn all the notes on the guitar using the 3-2 method. Alright guys, so let's get straight into the video. Now for this example, you will need to know the notes along your top 2 strings. So this is the E string and the A string. Now, if you don't know these notes, I'm going to show you a really easy way to get them down super fast. Now, as a note, if you already know these, feel free to skip ahead to the next chapter. So I'm sure you remember from school the alphabet. So we're going to be using the same alphabet, just a much smaller version of it. So we're going to start from A and we're going to count to G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, after that, we're going to include our accidentals, which are sharps and flats. Let's think in sharps first to make it easier. Every note has a sharp except B and E. So it would be A sharp, B, C, because we don't have a sharp for B, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, straight to F because we don't have a sharp for E, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then back to A. And the cycle repeats again. So we have 12 notes in total. Now let's place that on our top string. So you may know from tuning the guitar, this starts as an E. So let's try it out. E goes to F sharp, to G sharp, to A because we repeat, to A sharp, to B, straight to C because we don't have a sharp for B, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. And you'll notice when we get to E, there's going to be 2 dots on the top of your guitar there. That signifies the octave, which means we've hit the next level of pitch on the guitar. So we have an E3 here, or lower E, and then an E4 up on this 12th fret, which is the higher octave of E. Now for the 5th string, we do the same thing, but we just count from A. So A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, back to A, and we have our 2 dots on the guitar neck again. So what about flats? So I'll show you a quick example on one string, and then you can apply that to the other string after. E flat, D flat, C. C goes straight back to B because we don't have a flat for C because there was no sharp for B. B flat, A flat, G flat, F, back to E. Okay, now that we're caught up, guys, let's go straight into the 3-2 method. So there's 2 levels to the 3-2 method. We're going to start with level 1, which will set the framework for level 2. So we're going to play our G. From here, we're going to go down 2 strings, so to our 4th string, and up 2 frets. So we were on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. We went down 2 across 2, which took us to the 5th fret of the 4th string. So these are both G notes. So this was G3 and this was G4. Next step, we're going to go down 2 strings and up 3 frets. So from where we were on the 5th fret of the 4th string, we're going to go down 2 and then up 3 to the 8th fret of the 2nd string. All right, so let's try it from the start. So we started on 3rd fret of the top string, went down by 2, forward 2 frets to 5th fret of the 4th, went down by 2 and up by 3 frets to 8th fret of the 2nd string. So now that we've learned that, we're going to apply the same thing but starting on the 5th string. So let's use the 3rd fret again, which is a C note. So I'm on 3rd fret of the 5th string. This goes down 2 strings, up 2 frets, takes us to our next C, and then we go down 2 strings, up 3 frets, which takes us to our following C. Now at this point, I would recommend to really get that pattern down and try practice it on a few different root notes. Maybe practice it ascending 1 fret at a time, or mix and match, maybe go up 2 frets at a time, then back 1, up 3 frets at a time, then back 2, Whatever pattern you want to mess around with, just make sure you can move comfortably through it. Now, step 2 is we're going to take this pattern and apply it to the whole guitar fretboard. Now, we are going to add like 1 or 2 tiny little steps into it, but super easy to follow. So let's use G as our example again. So as you know, the top and the bottom string both tune to an E. So that means if we started this pattern here on G, we also have a G on the bottom string. So we're going to start off the bottom string G, we're going to play that, move our first finger to the top, and go through our 3-2 method. Now from here, guys, we're going to imagine a C chord, and our third finger is where we start the next octave point, and we're going to do our 3-2 method from here again. Now once we're at this bottom note, we put our second finger on it, and we go back to the top, and we repeat the same pattern that we did on the 3rd fret of the top string, but we do it on the 15th fret this time. Now from here, if we had more frets, we would continue that pattern where we think of a C, which would place my next G on my very last fret of the 5th string. So let me show you the whole thing in action. Now keep in mind, I could have also included the open G, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes of how to fret it on the guitar. So let's try the same pattern, maybe starting off an A note. Now this time we have to sort of reverse engineer the 5th string shape, because we had an open A that would connect us to an octave. 2 strings down, 2 frets up would be 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 2 down, 3 up, and then we just connect back to that first pattern. So for example, and they're all our A notes on the guitar. So you have to be able to visualize where the patterns connect to each other. So for example, if I started on A flat, I was thinking of this note on the top string, I would go to the mirroring note on the bottom string. I could think, okay, backwards 3 frets, up 2. So that's my first A flat here. Then you just continue the pattern as normal. This is a great way to get started with knowing where every note is on the guitar. After you've mastered this, I would recommend to memorize them on the same string. Keep in mind for that, you only have to go up 12 frets at a time. So for example, if G is on 3rd fret of the top string, my next G is going to be on the 15th fret of the top string. If my B flat is on the 6th fret of the top string, my next B flat is going to be on the 18th fret of the top string. Congratulations, you now know how to find every note on the guitar in all positions. That's a massive step, so you should really pat yourself on the back and make sure that you practice that a lot. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the 3-2 method. I've got some like entertainment videos and the rest of this video series to film, so I'm gonna go get to that. You all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.